All right, this video is officially being recorded for the purpose to share with those that couldn't join in, and also for you to refer to later on as well. So that's again the reason why I started off each video informing that it's being recorded. As a reminder, make sure your mics are off, especially because when your mics are not off and I'm recording, you actually come out in the video, and not everybody has a release of consent to be on video, and I do share this, so I definitely want to make sure to be cautious. So always use the Google chat if you have a question or you want to let me know something. So welcome to Tasty Thursdays with Miss Herrera, and the last day of school for you all. Congratulations, guys. You made it. You did it. I am so proud of you all. You're so resilient. You made it through a pandemic. You made it through the protesting for social injustice. You made it through so many social and racial injustice, and you made it through so many things, and even the strike earlier in the year, so many things that happened, and you guys are still standing, still doing here. So I'm so proud of you. And I just want to go ahead and do that to you all. And yeah, we're still going to be continuing cooking club this summer. I do want to inform that today's the last day for 3 weeks. I will be taking a break to finish all my end of the year things that I have to do. And I do get the first week of the 4th of July off. So I will be returning back July 9th at a new time. We will be doing cooking club at 3:30 p.m. instead of 4:30. So just 1 hour earlier. And that's July 9th, okay? So today is the last day for 3 weeks, and then we pick back up in on July 9th. And for today's recipe, I'm excited about the way we're going to end today's with Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. Now, a lot of you throughout the week have told me, what's a sloppy joe? I grew up on those. That's kind of the food that I used to eat at lunch. That was given to me, or it was just something my mom would make or my brothers really quickly. It's super easy to make, and actually the sauce already comes pre-made. It's by a brand called Manwich. So if you've never heard of it, I recommend it, but I actually recommend for you to make it by scratch. It tastes way better. And what a sloppy joe is, it's ground beef, and you mix it with like a tomatoey paste with like just sauce. Sometimes you use ketchup in there. You use all of these different sauce and spices, and it makes it really messy. And then you top it with cheese. So good as a hamburger, and that's why it's called sloppy joe, because it is a little sloppy. And so I'm doing a different take on that, and I'm going to do a Philly cheesesteak sloppy joe. I love Philly cheesesteaks. If you never have had one, I totally recommend it, especially if you love steak. It's basically like sliced steak that they saute with like onions, green peppers, sometimes mushrooms. You can add mushrooms to this recipe, absolutely, when you're doing the vegetables. I'm not, just because my fiance is allergic to mushrooms, as I've mentioned before. So unfortunately, I always have to cook without mushrooms. But trust me, Miss Herrera loves me some mushrooms. But totally make it with mushrooms if you'd like. Dice them up with your green peppers and onions, saute with your meat when we do that step, okay? And yeah, you then top it with some cheese. Again, Miss Herrera loves cheese. So everything, I love to add some cheese. I'm just gonna run through the ingredients. You don't need a lot to make this recipe, and it's gonna be super tasty. And guess what, guys? Healthy, okay? This recipe does not taste like it's healthy, but it is. It's actually really good for you. So the first thing you need is ground beef. Now, first thing, actually, make sure you have washed your hands beforehand. I already did before I recorded, but I always want to start off with that as well. Make sure you wash your hands. And I already used the beef. I started sauteing it just because this is what takes the longest, and I don't want to spend the whole time on video sauteing my meat. So I already sauteed it halfway. The reason I did only half is because now I'm going to turn on my pan so that you guys can see me throw in the vegetables sauteing with my meat and then all the ingredients that goes with it, okay? Ground beef. I like to use Laura lean ground beef. It's 96% lean, which basically means it only has 4% fat. But I recommend any ground beef, 85%. You could use ground sirloin. You could use ground chuck. You could also do ground chicken because there is chicken Philly cheesesteak sandwiches as well. I don't recommend really ground turkey for this recipe or ground pork. Really just ground beef or ground chicken to really stick to the true meaning of a Philly cheesesteak or a Philly chicken cheesesteak. All right, you are going to need the white onion diced, about one small one. You could do about this size or a little smaller. And one green bell pepper. All right, I've told you guys this before in my other videos. Listen, I take the easy way out. I'm not the best at cutting. That's my fiance. He does the chopping for me. I do the cooking and I love seasoning and sauteing. So I just buy the frozen green peppers with onion. Awesome. And this one already has two different colored green peppers, red and green, and your onion. Like, you can't beat that. And it's not that expensive for the bag, like $150. You also need beef broth, okay? Really important. Make sure you do not get chicken broth. It won't really taste the same. I will say, though, get the chicken broth if you're using ground chicken, okay? Absolutely. But if you're using ground beef, get beef broth. I also recommend the low sodium, reduced sodium. If you don't use the reduced sodium, don't add any extra salt at all on your meat, okay? Because it's already really salty. So you want to make sure no extra salt. Reduced sodium beef broth, okay? The reason for the beef broth is that it makes it nice and meaty, and it's going to be delicious mixed with your ground beef and the other sauces, which I'll show you right now. You need steak sauce for this recipe. Okay, you want to make it taste like a Philly cheesesteak, you're going to need the steak sauce. Now, steak sauce is usually that brand called A1. You can buy it. Yep, steak sauce. I see somebody showing me. You can buy that one. Yep, absolutely. Different brands sell steak sauce. I actually have a sugar-free organic steak sauce. I, again, have been informing you that I'm on a healthy lifestyle right now. The sugar-free tastes just as good, and it doesn't have any sugar in it. One of my favorite things about steak sauce is just so delicious and savory. It's got tamarind in here, garlic, onion, just so many delicious balsamic vinegar. I love it. Now, I'm adding one extra thing. It wasn't on the recipe ingredient list, but if you have it, go ahead and bring it out. If you don't, it's okay. But I love this sauce, and it's this famous sauce that nobody can really pronounce. All right, Worcestershire sauce. I don't know. I swear. I don't think I'm saying it right, but it's Worcestershire sauce, okay? This is delicious on meat. I recommend it whenever you make anything with steak, use Worcestershire sauce. I definitely will be using this for my recipe. Again, it's not in what I posted, but this is an optional, okay? The only reason I didn't add it is because it's optional. If you have it, feel free to take it out. You also need cheese. Now, a Philly cheesesteak usually uses provolone cheese. That's what's usually used. I'm actually going to use my fat-free mozzarella. Again, lifestyle, it tastes just as good. You could use mozzarella, you could use provolone, you could use Chihuahua cheese if you have any. Even some cheddar cheese would actually do well with this one. Those are really the cheeses I recommend the most for this recipe. Burger buns. You need some burger buns. I like to use this one from Healthy Life. It's 80 calories and whole wheat. Tastes really good. And again, it's healthy, but you can use any burger bun for this recipe. And that's it. You could also optional black pepper and Sazón. You know I love me my Sazón, okay? I already added it to my beef that I started sauteing and some black pepper. I always use ground black pepper for literally all my recipes. But whenever I cook with meat, I add Sazón. I love to add Sazón to my meat. All right, let's get started. By the way, you might notice this around my neck. Listen, it's hot in my kitchen. There is no air conditioner in here. It's far away from me. So I bought this cute little fan from the Dollar Tree, okay? So I'm throwing in Dollar Tree finds, and it works really well. So cooling myself off right before I start. All right, so as I told you guys, oh, and it broke off a bit. That's okay. So as I told you guys, I already sauteed my meat a little bit. sauteed your meat yet, go ahead and start it. Start adding your vegetables, your diced onion, your green pepper after your meat sautés for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. I'm about to start adding my vegetables. Now, again, guys, I'm not measuring this. I'm just adding as to how much I think, you know, looks good. If I had to tell you a measurement, I would say maybe a cup, about a cup of onion and green pepper. And let it all saute, okay? You want to make sure that it's sauteing very nicely before you add your seasoning. So give it about a few minutes. My vegetables are actually frozen, as I told you. So it's going to need a little bit more than a few minutes. So you're just going to let that saute a bit. And as I'm letting it, the vegetables get soft and a little, you know, brown and burnt a bit, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know about some of the upcoming recipes that we will be making. I know the microwave mug recipe was a big hit. A lot of you guys like that, the chocolate cake, the lasagna. So we're bringing it back in July. I'm going to be making macaroni and cheese from scratch in a mug that you microwave. I'm also gonna, so say goodbye to that Kraft macaroni cheese. We've got homemade macaroni cheese that's super easy, takes about 5 minutes. We're also gonna be making an omelet in a mug that you microwave for whenever you want some breakfast. Super easy as well. And we're also gonna make another cake in a mug. So won't ruin the surprise there to tell you what cake, but we'll be making various cakes throughout. Another recipe that we're going to be doing in July will be Big Mac salad. A lot of you like the Doritos taco salad from last week, and I received some recommendations for more of those. So we're going to make a salad that tastes like a Big Mac without all those calories and fat. So that's another recipe coming up. So I'm just excited to keep trying new things with you all. And one of the things I really want about this cooking club is to give you things that are healthy. Right? We are a healthy school at Saucedo, and these things are healthy for you, but you can't even tell because they don't really taste like it. They taste like as if they're fattening things, and they're not. They're really actually all the things that we've cooked so far, except maybe that chocolate cake, have been pretty healthy. So I just want to kind of let you know some of the things that are coming up. Also, tell me in the chat box, is there something you want to see that you kind of want to make or you want me to make? Let me know. Make sure it's on medium heat, guys, as you're starting to saute the vegetables. But yeah, if there's anything, tell me in the chat box if there's something that you want me to create, if there's an ingredient you really like. I'd love it. I'd love that you guys give me those ideas as well. All right, it's starting to saute a bit. So you're going to need three tablespoons of the steak sauce and 1 cup of the beef broth. Okay. If you're using the Worcestershire sauce, then I recommend that you also use 3 tablespoons of that as well. And the sauces and the beef broth all go in together at the same time. And what you're going to do is you're going to let it bubble, okay? Kind of like boil, then simmer it down for about 5 minutes. Something else that for this recipe you can do is that at the end with your burger buns to melt the cheese, you can broil. So the recipe I posted for you guys says broiling. I'm going to explain what broil is. Your stove, your oven usually comes with a broiler. The broiler is usually the bottom of your oven, and it basically the heat comes from the top instead of the bottom to really melt something. And usually for about 30 seconds to a minute is all you need. Okay. Oh, someone said, can we try and make a homemade soup? Yes, I love soup. If there's a particular soup you would like to make homemade, Let me know. I've made tomato soup before, homemade. I've done broccoli soup, like the cheddar, homemade. I've made like almost like a bean with bacon, that one, and like sausage, homemade, like ranchero bean soup. Yeah, we could definitely make a homemade soup. Let me know if there's a particular soup you are looking for. If not, I'll kind of just come up with one for us to make as well. Someone said, can we use a microwave? Is that for future recipes or for this recipe? So I'm just checking the comments because I'm wondering what you meant by can we use for this one. No microwaving the meat. The meat has to be used on the stove. For the bread, yes, you can melt your cheese in a microwave. I'm actually going to do a toaster oven. I have a toaster oven. If you have one, I recommend it. I'm not going to do the broiler today, but I'm going to do a toaster oven just to toast my bread. You can definitely also toast your hamburger buns on the stove a little bit to get them a little brown, and then put a cheese on one of the buns on the stove when you're putting on your meat. That's actually a really great idea as well. All right, guys, we're ready for the sauces. Here we go. 3 tablespoons of steak sauce. You know what I love about steak sauce too is that it's thick. So it really thickens up the meat in this recipe. You know what? Mr. Brown's just going to put a tiny bit more because I love steak sauce. All right, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce if you have some. Again, optional, but I just love the taste it gives. All right. Remember, guys, 1 cup of beef broth. So this is a cup size right now that I have. So I'm just gonna put it in here. All right, let it boil a bit, guys, and then simmer it down for 5 minutes. And I will be putting a timer. So I'm just gonna let it boil a bit. So I'm gonna raise it a bit. So it's going to be a little soupy, okay? That's okay, guys. When you boil something and then let it simmer for about 5 minutes, what happens is sauces usually thicken, okay? Because your meats all absorb the water or whatever juices around. So if it's looking a little soupy and you're like, whoa, I don't know how I'm gonna put that on a sloppy, like on a hamburger bun, it's okay, guys. Let it boil. When it boils, it bubbles up. So right now, mine's boiling up. Simmer it. What it means to simmer means lower the heat kind of all the way down. And put a timer for about 5 minutes. And then you'll see that it'll really start to thicken a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I simmered it. I'm going to put a timer for 5 minutes. There we go. While I'm doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start toasting my hamburger buns to make them a little, I like them a little crispy and a little burnt for my sloppy joe. So I'm going to put them in the toaster oven, and you can already start melting the cheese on your hamburger bun if you want. Why wait? Let's do that while we have these 5 minutes. First, fan break, guys. It is getting hot. I hope some of you did go outside and enjoy the park, played outside in the yard. Miss Herrera's fanning herself because, boy, is it hot. I see some of you. I see one of you outside enjoying. Wow, I see like palm trees back there. Ooh, okay, you're enjoying that weather. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hamburger buns. Let's put these in the toaster oven. Again, guys, you don't need to put them in the toaster oven. When your meat is done, go ahead and put it in the microwave with your cheese to melt. spray on mine. Ready? Let me get a little butter here. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do some parquet butter spray. 0 calories. I recommend this, okay? This is a really good butter spray. And I just sprayed both of them, both sides. And now my toaster oven is actually under the laptop where I have the table that this laptop is on right now. Under it is actually my toaster oven. So I'm gonna just go ahead and toast, put it on toast. If you have a toaster oven, put the setting on toast, okay? And then just hit it for about 3 minutes. You don't need a lot. If you are going to do the broiler, you're gonna broil on the in the oven, just do 30 seconds, no more than a minute. Broiling is very quickly, okay, guys? Be careful if you're gonna do broil. Even though broil is sometimes the best way because it does make it nice and toasty and it melts the cheese, you know what? Just do a toaster oven or the microwave because sometimes broil, doing the broiler can be a little dangerous. I would recommend getting adult supervision for sure if you're going to broil anything. Let's check on our beef. All right. So it's still getting there. The sauce is still a little too watery, so I'm waiting for it to thicken. Again, I still have about 2 minutes on my timer. So we're just gonna give it some more time. All right. While I'm waiting, I will make sure to keep an eye on my buns because I don't want them to now get, burnt as well. And I'll get an oven mitt ready to take it out of the toaster oven, okay? If you're gonna do anything like microwave, if you're gonna use the oven or anything like that, always make sure you're using an oven mitt. If you don't have an oven mitt, you could always just also use some really heavy towels as well. Another tip too, if your sauce does not thicken, you could also add a little bit of cornstarch. If you guys have cornstarch, you can also use that as a thickening agent to thicken your sauce. That's another recommendation if your sauce is not thickening. Something I always struggle with is that even though my stove gets put on the lowest heat, it still makes it really hot. So sometimes it's hard for me to simmer things and it doesn't thicken. So that's okay. You know what? What I love about this is that it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. And again, this is sloppy. It's a messy dough, right? All right, I'm going to check in on my bread. That's the timer. 5 minutes have ended. Okay. Let's get the bread out. I'm going to keep the toaster oven on, guys, because I'm going to put my meat and the cheese in the toaster oven. Okay, adding that butter to the hamburger buns, such a good idea. It made it smell so good right now. All right, I took off the heat. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of my meat on my burger bun. And then I'm gonna put cheese on top and put it back in the toaster oven. Again, it's gonna be messy, guys. It's gonna be a little messy. It's sloppy, remember, sloppy joes. All right, grab some of your cheese. Cheese time! You know I love cheese time. All right. it back in the toaster oven, okay? Here it's looking sloppy, very sloppy. Put it back in there, let the cheese melt a little, take it out, ready to eat. And as I wait, fan time. Woo, we need this fan. Dollar Tree, the best dollar I have spent, guys. Okay, I highly recommend it. Woo, okay. Fan off. All right. And then, you know what you can also, guys, get? Because your sandwich is already healthy, get some chips. Put it on the side. All right? Mr. Herrera is giving you approval to get some chips. Barbecue chips, hot chips, that would be really good with this sandwich. It works out. The sandwich is actually really healthy. The meat, there's not a lot of calories. It's got good protein. The sauces and the beef broth you're using, there's not a lot of calories in that. So it's awesome. All right, I'm ready to take this out because I'm hungry. It might not be melted all the way, but that's okay. It'll melt as it gets hot. Woo! All right. Woo, guys. Oh, I see someone who made it. Yes. All right, my sandwich is burning hot. Okay, I just saw, so please send me pictures of that. That looks delicious. Okay. It is really hot. Watch out, guys. The sandwich will be hot if you take it out of the toaster oven, or the microwave, okay? I just touched mine and it was hot, so make sure you maybe get a spatula. A spatula would be a good idea. I'm going to see if I want a spatula. I do. All right. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here's mine. You see the top, it's a little like burnt. I like it like that, nice and crispy. And then mine has, look at that cheese that melted in the toaster oven. Look at the meat. Woo! Okay, I have to let it blow a little bit. And again, it didn't take long to make, guys. Less than 30 minutes. This is really like 20, not even 15 minutes. All right, I'm gonna let it cool off a bit. You could also, you know what, you could also add a little barbecue sauce if you want. I see someone else who made it. All right, let's take a bite, guys. Let's do this. Ready? Let me know in the chat if you liked it. Woo. Guys, the meat is so good with the cheese, the sauces we put in it. This is good. Again, if you want to make it again, this time with chicken, ground chicken, use chicken broth and the same spices. It'll taste just as good. One more bite. Ooh. Oh my goodness. All right. That's it, guys. Feel free to add mushrooms if you want to it, some more onions. Make it your way. If you make it during the week, show me, please. Send pictures, videos. I love to see. We will be back on July 9th. Bigger and better, more recipes, creative microwave mugs. We are even going to do a baked donut recipe. Yep, baked donut. So get ready for that. I'm excited. So I can't wait. Again, I have loved doing this these last 6 weeks with you all. I will post the video into the Google Classroom and messages to me, and I can't wait to see you on July 9th again. So enjoy, everybody, and thanks for cooking and eating with me.